All right, everybody. Welcome to the Top 5 podcast. This is the pop culture show of everyone's dreams because my co-host sister, Annie Pruitt, and I sit here and speak unapologetically about various pop culture topics. We never fight and we're always right. Annie, welcome to the show. And how are you today?
I'm doing quite well. How are you today?
I am outstanding. It is, well, summer is over, I guess it's fair to say, because classes start for me tomorrow. Yeah, I'm okay, not okay. There's a lot to do.
Okay.
But I'm appreciating that it's a bit of a cool weather rush right now. So I actually do not have the air conditioning on. We have the windows open like gangbusters and fans going, and it's comfortable, and I'm enjoying this. Plus, I think our air conditioner needs a break.
Yeah, well, it's like in the 90s here, so I've got the AC on full blast.
Alrighty then. Wow, it is cooler in California than it is in Kansas City.
Go figure.
Go figure indeed. Now, you had mentioned that last week was Salsa week, and I just was kind of curious. It has nothing to do with pop culture. We'll figure out a way, but I'm just curious as to how Salsa week went.
The salsa making Sunday, where we spend all day literally making and then jarring salsa. It was awesome. I made some mango peach and it's hot, jalapeno. It turned out really good. And then Keith did his hot stuff with the habanero, cayenne, and jalapeno peppers. And we ended up with about 30 jars of salsa.
Wow.
So that lasted
a lot of salsa.
Months.
Yummy in the tummy. You don't grow your own mangoes and peaches, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Everything else we grow ourselves. We do all of our own peppers and tomatoes. So yeah.
Cool.
Sorry about that. I had to get rid of a dog accident.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Okay. All right. Annie had to relocate her dog, not get rid of a dog.
Yes.
Okay.
Relocate. Yes.
So we are still running through what is turning into one of my very favorite series we've ever done. And that is the Billboard Hot 100 series, in which we pick a landmark / milestone event in our lives and focus on that year. And what's been really fun is that, with the exception of one countdown, the turn of the century, we have had different years, and in some case, some pretty decent gaps as well. Just made this show really fun of late. And I'm sorry, but we are rocking out some fucking kick-ass playlists.
Absolutely.
There, I said it. It's a thing. And I am listening to them on the regular, so quite fun. All right, Annie, fill me in. What is our topic for today?
So this is a fun one because, again, we'll both have different years. This will be the Billboard Top 5 from the year that we turned 21. So for me, that's going to be the top 5 of 1995.
And for me, that's going to be the top 5 from 1989. And I have experience with this. Well, I'm going to say with this Billboard Hot 100, when I turned, let me think of it. Well, I don't consider myself having birthdays anymore. I have anniversaries of my 21st birthday. So the first time that I had when I had my 30th anniversary of my 21st birthday, we played this playlist directly from the Hot 100, which someone had created in Apple Music. And I have to say that the music from this year is super fun. And actually, it turns out that my list sort of has a bit of a theme as well, because you and I and our sister Jenny and what would Sarah be to us? Our stepsister? Yeah. Sarah went to a concert that summer where all of these songs, a lot of these songs were being played and experienced. So anyway, I'm talking way too much. Okay. Who shall start us off today, moi or toi?
I'll kick this one off.
All right.
This was hard because there are a couple albums where I really loved a lot of the music on it. So I tried to not have too much of the same kind of thing going on. But in a previous episode, we did, I had a 1996. So the album that I'm picking from had hits from both 95 and 96. So it's a nice segue. So my number 5 is Runaround from Blues Traveler.
Nice.
It was the top 100 for 95. And if you remember, my number 1 from 96 was Hook. So run around. And again, the reason that this album was so cool, they came out and, if you looked at this band on stage, you're like, who the hell are these people? Who is this huge guy with 100 harmonicas strapped to his chest? And that was one of the fun things about the video, was that in the video, they show a band lip syncing like Blues Traveler's song. And it's actually the band behind the curtain doing the actual singing and playing, because they don't look like your typical, band. They're not.
That is so true. When I was doing this show art for the other playlist that you were just referencing, and now I don't remember what 1990. What was the thing of that?
College.
Yeah. And so I was trying to find a picture in which they were close enough together that I could make it all fit on the art. But yeah, they're a really unique looking group of people. And they're not, they're not, Hootie and the Blowfish, you recognize Darius and you're like, oh yeah, that's Hootie right there. But without the harmonicas and without the big hat, like you probably wouldn't know that they're blues.
You saw John Popper on the street, you'd be like, who is that? He's just another like plastic eating guy. Yeah. Another dude. Yeah.
Yeah. This was always the Blues Traveler song I enjoyed the most. The one I'm the most familiar with.
It was fun also because the video kind of had this Wizard of Oz theme to it.
Cool.
So, but the song, and again, I'll go back to it was so neat that this guy just makes the harmonica look it's such a toy to him. He's a master. He's the greatest harmonica player of all time. He's got to be. So, and it was awesome. That's all I'm going to say. It was awesome. Yeah.
Happy, fun times.
Yes.
Yeah. He's probably definitely better than Alanis. Alanis is okay and all.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. My number 5 is from one of our favorite bands that we didn't get to see in July a couple of years ago. So I'm going with Armageddon It by Def Leppard. I can never decide if this is my favorite Def Leppard song or if Animal is, but they're in the top for sure. And I love this song. It's loud, it's got great guitar, and the music videos from the concert. And so Joe Elliott, his jeans are so ripped up, I'm surprised that they're even still jeans. And there's a great guitar solo for Steve and the bridge, and I don't know. I love this band. I think they're so fun. And this song made Pour Some Sugar on Me peaked the previous year. But I love this song. It makes me smile. It is a must play in the car when on a road trip, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my number 5. Love it.
Great great running song. Yeah. I love it too. It's one of my favorites. Absolutely.
It's a happy, fun song.
It's a happy, fun song.
Whatever the hell Armageddon it means. Like, I still don't know, but whatever. It's fine.
Okay. My number 4 is a sad song, and it would be I'll Stand By You from the Pretenders.
Good one.
I don't know what else to say about it. There's nothing particularly interesting about the video. It was interesting when, Glee covered it in one of the early seasons of Glee. But it's a beautiful love song. And Chrissy Hynde.
Yeah.
I fucking love her style so much. I love her voice. I love her presence. So she has a little bit of a kind of a haunting presence about her, but I love her and I love that song. And I don't know what else to say about it. I feel like I should have a long diatribe about how it means something to me, but I don't it's just a cool fucking song. It's on my list.
Yeah. It is a great song. And is it from a movie or did it just happen to make it on a movie soundtrack? I'm wondering. I don't know for sure. I learned a lot about Chrissy Hynde when I watched that Hulu limited series about the Sex Pistols, because apparently she was living and trying to, get into punk rock music in London at the time that band was formed. So there's some, backstory in there about her, but that is a band I would like to, I guess, learn more about, know more about. They were definitely like trailblazers of definitely some of the 70s and 80s pop stuff, but I don't think they started out as a pop band. So something to research for a future show, perhaps.
Yeah.
Good call. That's a great, great song.
These are hard because it's like the song was actually released in 94, but it didn't make the charts until 95. That's one thing I don't like about the way Billboard works. But yeah,
that's true. And sometimes it's because a song was in a movie or connected with some other thing that it pops up there.
I'm trying to see where else it was used in pop culture. So Carrie Underwood did a version on American Idol. Shakira did a version of it. Other notable covers. Yeah. I don't see much.
I'm looking for the Wikipedia. There it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Last of the Independents.
I'm not seeing the Glee mention of it, though. Oh, well. Anyway, awesome song. I love it.
Good call. Good call indeed. Okay. So where are we? Number 4. I'm going to go with Cold Hearted by Paula Abdul, who was, if I remember correctly, the quote headliner of the amazingly fantastic Club MTV tour that we attended in the summer of 1989. What fun we had. Our stepsister Sarah was hilarious.
Awesome.
And we were all wearing like black and white tie-dye outfits, I think.
Yeah.
Remember that correctly.
We were wicked hot.
We were super 80s Club MTV people. Indeed, we were. That was such an iconic tour, and it makes me giggle now to think of the lineup. And it was 6 bands, so let me see if I can remember all of them. So you had Paula Abdul, you had Tone Loc, you had Milli Vanilli, good Lord, Lisa and Cult Jam, Information Society, and then I want to say Was Not Was. Does that sound right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And Information Society, the lead singer who's quirky and fun. I remember he came out on the stage in roller skates.
Yep.
So anyway, the reason I picked this song and not one of the other Paula Abdul songs to chart that year, I want to straight up, I think was like the number 2 song of the year. But I love this song because I love the video. The whole like sort of flash dance-esque, we're going to audition for this place as a group, and we're going to totally freak the people out because we're going to be very provocative and sexy. And, she was a great dancer. I don't know if she still dances.
Oh, yes.
And I love Paula Abdul's story. Like, she's the one that taught Janet to dance, and she was a Laker girl, and she's choreographed, tons of other music videos, and then decided like, oh, I think I want to be a singer. And her music videos were always super fun to watch. She's very incredibly talented dancer. But yeah, so I'm going with Cold Hearted. I don't recall where it charted. I need a peek on that so that I can remember. But yeah, love that.
So Paula Abdul made an appearance on when Jenna Dewan Tatum performed this as the lip sync battle against her then husband Channing Tatum.
Oh, for real?
First of all, Jenna just like knocked it out of the park. And then towards the end of the performance, Paula Abdul comes out and they dance together.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know, sometime in the last 10 years, and I'm very good at timelines, but it was freaking awesome. And Paula still got it. She's still, that's all I'm going to say. She still has it. But yeah, so this one was the lip, and so that's, I was going to say, the video is just wicked sexy. It is so cool. It's a little Fosse-esque in a way with the backdrop.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, that straight up came in at 4. Cold Hearted came in at 6. So nailed me at top 10 right there.
And I always loved her style in her videos. So it's like when she does when she dances with the cat. What's that? I can't remember that. 2-step
Opposites attract.
Yes. Yeah.
Opposites attract. And there's a little rap in there on the video version, not on the album version.
Yeah, she's so fun. Okay, that's number 3 to me. My number 3, I had to have some hair bands on here. If I can. So I'm going to go from Bon Jovi, This Ain't a Love Song. There were quite songs on that album. I think the album was Always. I think that was the name of it.
Ain't a Love Song?
This Ain't a Love Song. That's the name of it. It is awesome. Back when I hope Bon Jovi got his voice box corrected because I know he was having some trouble with it. But it's a great love song, but it's not a love song. It's, as the title clearly, articulates. I love it. I can rock out to it. I sing very, very loudly in my car. Everybody should be very happy that I'm not singing it out loud right now. Libby is particular. She's telling me, don't you dare sing that, Mom. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's my number 3. Had to have some hair bands. Love me some Bon Jovi. This ain't a love song. That's my number 3.
I love it. All righty. Where am I? Okay. So yeah, actually my next, other than my next 2 songs, 4, 3, and 2 for me are all connected to the Club MTV tour.
Okay.
And part of me is a little embarrassed to admit this because this particular band I saw twice. And I saw them twice before the scandal hit that they really weren't singing anything. And it became tragic and awful and really sad. But oh my God, were they manipulated and taken advantage of? And so, it's kind of not their fault. And I feel bad. Yeah. Yes, I'm talking about Milli Vanilli, and I'm going with Girl, You Know It's True. And I'm sorry, if you were just hearing that song for the first time today and not knowing the backstory, it is a super 80s song. You can't deny the mass 80ness of it all, but it's just fun. These guys were fun. They were dancers. They were dancers first. They were massively manipulated, but I like going back and playing this stuff. It's actually hard to get on Apple Music. I don't think they have the true albums available on there. You have to pull from Milli Vanilli Essentials and stuff like that. But I can't help it. It is fun, super fun song, and it makes me smile. Although knowing that it was rough for them and they did a bad thing, but it wasn't all their fault.
No, they did what they were told to do.
They did.
I'm with you. I love this song too. It's on my guilty pleasure playlist.
Yeah.
And now maybe I shouldn't make it so guilty because it is fun. It's
fun.
And a lot of those, I love Blame It on the Rain. I play that all the time.
Yeah. When you know who wrote that?
Who?
Diane Warren.
Oh, I'll be damned.
I know. I said the same thing. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So
yeah,
it's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. I will to this day. That was one of my favorite concert experiences, all of the fun, I don't know. It was just fun. Music was fun back then for some reason.
Music was fun back then, even when it was, I don't know what the word is, message music or sad ballads and stuff like that. It still was not, it was commercial. Yeah, but it wasn't, I don't know. It didn't seem as manufactured as it is now. I don't know. It's different. Who can put a finger on it, but it is different.
Yeah. So, yeah. And well, okay. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to go my number 2. My number 2, I had to do a tie. So I was like, I didn't want to just have this one person all over my playlist. So I'm just going to do a tie of 2 of the songs from the album. And that's going to be All I Want to Do and Strong Enough from Sheryl Crow.
Oh, nice.
All I Want to Do is so fun. It's got a great beat. That was kind of her breakthrough song. I love maybe that or Leaving Las Vegas. I don't know which one was more popular. But I thought it was, I loved it. I love the lyrics. I thought it told a story. And then Strong Enough, I'm going to throw things at my dog for a minute. Strong Enough is one of my favorite songs I've heard of all time. They just happen to both make the chart in 90s. I love Sheryl Crow. We've talked about her before.
Yeah.
I think amazing artist, a beautiful human being. And that's it. That's my number 2. I had a tie for 2.
That was the Tuesday Music Club or Tuesday Night Music Club was the album. And I remember that. So Leaving Las Vegas popping up like at the point that Charles and I were relocating to Washington. And I remember liking All I Want to Do, but I remember it tired for me quickly because it was grossly overplayed. I always thought Leaving Las Vegas was a better song. But then I loved when she and the the Dixie Chicks, oh, please let me have a band called the Dixie Chicks. I don't know, one of those one of those online music show things. They were singing each other's songs, and the 3 or the 4 of them did Strong Enough Together, and it was really, really good.
Yeah. I had the live version of that on my playlist as well.
Yeah, it's a good one. Good call.
All around. I loved Run Baby Run. I'm looking just good at the album. Yeah. Great album. All right.
Number 2 to me, I have a tie. It's a 1-2 punch because this artist really only had these 2 popular songs. But boy, were they ever popular, and they were the fun songs of the summer that year. And I'm going with Wild Thing and Funky Cold Medina from Tone Loke. The story behind Wild Thing and the making of that video, and like they filmed it in someone's basement. It was all black and white. It cost like $15,000 to make, something ridiculous like that. But what a fun and funny grouping of songs. Again, Tone Loke was on the Club MTV tour. I think I remember him like popping up on the stage in a bottle of something that was labeled Funky Cold Medina. I don't remember exactly. Yes. But what a fun couple of songs that are just silly and maybe slightly misogynist. I don't know. But I don't care because again, the 80s were really about fun music for the most part. And I tell you, this year, I'm looking at the list and I'm like, fuck, why didn't I put that one on the list? Because you're going to be very surprised at what is omitted from my top 5 list. For some reason, I just completely glossed over this. But I'm not making any changes. I'm staying true to my initial choices. But yeah, so from Paula to Milli to Tone Loke, 4, 3, and 2 are all Club MTV tour things. And that's my number 2. Wild Thing, Funky Cold Medina, Tone Loke.
Yeah.
80s and Loke is down with the ladies.
I love that song. Reportedly, the video was made for a cost $500.
For how much?
$500.
Oh, $500, not even $17,000.
Nope.
Well, I grossly over guessed that.
I just said, yeah, super fun. And Tone Loke ended up doing some acting. I like him.
Yeah.
Everything about him, I just kind of think he's fun.
He's got that little role in Heat, and the scene that he's in just makes me laugh.
He was in Ace Ventura, Detective. Yeah. I like him. I'm a fan.
Slick's no motherfucking joke.
Okay, so that is honorable mention to me.
Yo, yes.
Okay, so this is one of those where in 1995, I hated this song. I wanted to, anytime this band came on the radio, which was always like, God, dear God, it was like the frat boy. It was the frat house music. If you walked past the frat house, this is what they were playing. And that would be Hootie and the Blowfish. So in 95, Hold My Hand came out. Well, I have since come to love me some Darius Rucker and have gone back and actually listened to the Hootie and the Blowfish music, which I love it. It's great. It's great music. No wonder the frat boys loved it. For some reason, I rejected all things frat boys because they scared me in college.
Yeah, ditto.
But I do. It's a great song. And Darius Rucker is a beautiful human being. I love all of his music. I love his country stuff. I love his Hootie stuff. So that's a great song. That's why it's not on my playlist at the very moment. It has gone on and off. I hated it in 95, but I love it now. So that's mention.
That's a good one. I do like that song. I like me some Hootie. Same thing for you. Like I was already out of school, but there are certain bands certain songs, they put you in a time capsule of things that you remember really strongly about that period in your life. And I strongly, strongly associate Hootie and Blues Traveler, and I'm trying to think of the other bands. Sass Jordan, The Offspring, not 3 Doors Down, Collective Soul. All those groups I associate with the 2 years I was at Western Washington and the year Charles and I actually got married, not that we had the wedding. But when we got married in Bellingham, actually, we got married in Custer in this crazy, tiny little wedding chapel. Scary man that had wooden teeth looking anyway. But yeah, so I always get in that nostalgic frame of mind, even if it's a song I don't like. It's like, yeah, that was probably played at the quarterback, or somebody probably sang that at karaoke during that period of time. Honorable mention to me, yes?
Yes.
Okay, a bit of a one-hit wonder, and I don't know whatever happened to Nana Cherry, who I believe is South African or British, one of those, because they're so similar, right? And I'm going with Buffalo Stance, and I fucking love this song. I had this on cassette single. I did not buy the full album. I just wanted the single, and there were, remixes and stuff. I have performed this at karaoke a number of times. It is so fun, so upbeat, and just crazy cool fun. This was a fun video too. A little reminiscent of the way like the straight up video was shot, except that Paula's was all black and white and Nana Cherry's was in color. But yeah, this song's fun. I don't really know what a Buffalo Stance is. She sings a lot about gigolos and someone's going to take my place and pay you, blah, blah, blah. And all kinds of things. It's a twisted song, but I love it. It makes me smile. I love turning it up loud in the car, all of the things. Let's see. That came in at number 36 in 1989. That is my honorable mention.
I need to listen to that. I haven't listened to that in a very long time. Her half-brother, Eagle-Eyed Cherry, has one of my favorite one-hit wonders.
Yes.
Okay, so that's number one to me.
Number one to you.
Number one. And you probably saw this coming, and I know it's one of your favorite songs, and that would be the impeccable taste. Melissa Etheridge, I'm the Only One.
Yes.
I sing this at the top of my lungs when I'm driving. I love it so much. I love the way the song starts out. I love the way it builds. I love her voice. I love the message. I just freaking love this song. It has never become old. I don't know that they overplayed it at the time. If they did, it didn't bother me. I just think it's I think it's her greatest song ever. But yeah, I flip and love it. I'm the Only One, Melissa Etheridge, number one.
That whole record is full of great songs. And I think nothing from that album got overplayed because it was one of those records that kind of continued to generate singles. And I find too with Melissa Etheridge, there's songs on her albums that I like sometimes more than the singles. But yeah, this was a great record across the board. And I'm the Only One is a lovely, lovely song.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's someone I still need to see in concert, I think, before my concert bucket list has closed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Yes.
On the brain for sure. Number one to me. Okay, so first I'm going to just stand back and say that I fully realize I have loved most of Madonna's things for all of my adult life, high school and adult life. And so it's going to be very strange that nothing from Like a Prayer is on this particular list. I probably will save that for another countdown. Maybe at some point we will do a top 5 Madonna songs. There are plenty to choose from. And I will say that Like a Prayer is my favorite Madonna album ever, but I do not have any of the 3 songs from the Hot 100 on my list. So I'm a bad Madonna fan. Sorry, but there are so many fucking good songs in 1989, and to choose 5 is really hard. So I'm going with the number 5 song, and that would be Miss You Much by Janet Jackson. And I don't know if it's a combination of the video or the dancing in the video or how every song on Rhythm Nation 19, 19, whatever, kind of rolls into each other, and that it's a fun album, but it's very much a message album. And I love the way this song starts, and I love the chorus, and I love doing the, little, if you're watching this on video, you can see I'm trying to do my Janet Jackson dance. It's really pathetic. But and again, Paula taught her to dance, did the majority of her choreography, at least for the Control record. I don't know how much she did for Rhythm Nation. But yeah, I love this song. I love that album. It's another one where there's just not a bad track on it. And so even though Madonna, I'm sorry, I didn't pick you for this countdown. You show up in a lot of other countdowns, so don't hate me. But yeah, that's it for me. Number 1, Miss You Much.
That's a good way to round it out. I love it. So
thanks. Well, I will recap us then right quick.
Okay.
So my honorable mention is Buffalo Stance by Nana Cherry. And then 5 to 1, Armageddon It. Cold Hearted, Girl You Know It's True, Wild Thing / Funky Cold Medina, I Miss You Much. And the year I turned 21 was 1989.
All right. So for me, from 1995, honorable mention, Hootie's Hold My Hand. And then 5 to 1, Run Around, I'll Stand By You. This Ain't a Love Song, a tie with All I Want to Do and Strong Enough. And number 1, I'm the Only One. What a kick-ass playlist.
What a kick-ass playlist, indeed. And there's going to be some nice, maybe I don't do this in order. When I make the playlists on Apple Music, I go from honorable mention to number 1. And sometimes if there's a cover or a remake that's particularly nice, I'll throw it in there. But if I can go 3 songs and a ballad, I think I might be able to make that work. I have no ballads though. I've just realized that. You have potentially 2 ballads, I guess.
Potentially.
I'm the only one a ballad? I don't think so.
Strong Enough, so kind of, I'm kind of slow. I don't have any fun poppy stuff. I have to just go you, me with our song pick.
Yeah. Well, we'll work it out. It'll be, regardless, you can play it in any fucking order you want. It'll be a kick-ass playlist, as all of these have appeared to be, and making me super happy about that. So anyway, this has been another fun-filled and encouraging and educational episode of Top 5 Podcast. I am Kris McPeak. She is Annie Pruitt, and we will catch up with you on the flip side. See ya.
Very awesome.